Welcome back to the channel. Today's word is whiz. Is whiz. I'm not making that up. Whiz. Fun letters. W-H-I-Z. Kind of unique. All right. So let's do some. Let's do some thin letters. You know, I don't really do a lot of thinner stuff. So let's sketch out the letters. Not even sketch them out. Let's just draw them out real fast. Little space between everything. And when. I don't know if you guys can see that or whatnot. My phone wants to die. Sorry. Don't know if it's even charging. I guess we'll find out. Okay. So let's turn this. Hopefully you guys can see it. Let's turn this into a simple graffiti bot. So remember I mentioned you just gotta outline all the letters. So let's build off the letters a little bit. And hopefully with any luck, we will come up with something kind of cool. You guys could do any style you want. No rhyme or reason to any of this. I mean, you could do a simple block letter. The fun thing about this is you already know what your letter has to look like. I'm also gonna try to avoid going over the neighboring letter. You know, most graffiti letters, you overlap. I'm getting tired of overlapping them. There gets to a point, or you get to a point where you're just tired of certain styles and you're tired of doing certain methods. So you start to improvise and do other stuff. That's what we're gonna do. So we're outlining in red. Why? That's what I have available. You guys should be using whatever you have available. That's what makes this fun. No one's gonna tell me to do otherwise. And no one should tell you guys to do otherwise. Unless you're being mentored by somebody, which then I would strongly suggest maybe taking their advice. But when it comes to just practicing, who's gonna tell me what to do? You know what I'm saying? Especially when we're just practicing. And practicing is the fun part. Remember, we're trying to avoid overlapping letters. We're trying to avoid overlapping neighboring letters. Let me rephrase that. If you want to overlap your own letter, that may be plausible. But we are trying to avoid overlapping the neighboring letters. Again, for the simple fact I'm tired of overlapping them. This has like a very robotic feel to it. Kind of fun. Like a I don't even know how to say it, but I don't like how that looks right there. Ooh, got very close to that letter. But as long as we don't overlap, we're good. We are in the bag. Cool. Okay. I feel like the end needs to be a little bit wider for some reason. Okay. All right, looks good. All right, so let's simply color this in. We're gonna color it in kind of fast using red. Maybe I'll speed this part up where I just fill it in. A lot of you guys seem to like the long form stuff. It's cool, I like it. You'll probably notice that I'm not a page that likes to be very thorough. Like filling it in is filling it in. I'm used, this is, I love y'all. I love the support, but I also love my markers. And I'm trying to conserve my markers right now until I can afford new ones. So, all my pens and markers and everything, I want to make it look good, but it's also going to be passable, if that makes sense. Like my fillings are going to be a little on the sloppy side, not very saturated. I don't know where I'm going to do the shadow yet. That looks just as good. I feel like a lot of these fill-ins don't have to be crazy, you know? I think I touched base on it the other day or a couple videos back where, you know, the fill-in should be the least of your worries. Your outline and your shadow are the most important part. You know what I'm gonna do? Actually, no, I just did that with the alphabet. The outline and the shadow were the most important part. There was no fill-in. That's what I'm talking about. And that thing came out fantastic. This fill-in is trash, just like most fill-ins. They're always an illusion to take you away from how good of an outline in your shadow is. Because you can throw a bazillion colors into fill-in and it look good because it's colorful, it's bright, it's eye-catching. But you throw a sloppy outline on it, you're gonna notice it. Now take away the fill-in, and you just have an outline and a shadow. There's no forgiving. There's no hiding anything. You're gonna see every mistake, all the errors. That's why when I say don't worry about the fill-in, don't worry about the fill-in too much. There's a girl, Michelle, on here. She started doing a few bevels. She does people's names. She's awesome. But I noticed when she did a couple of the bevels, they weren't perfect. But you know what? You wouldn't even know. She knew, I knew, but you wouldn't even know unless someone pointed it out. But they looked so good. Like I was like, oh hell yeah, she's kicking ass over there. So I'm saying, don't worry about it. The name as a whole is what's gonna look good. A simple line that's messed up here and there, you're not even gonna notice it. Like when I say, oh, if you mess up, just fatten your lines up. It's true, just fatten your lines up if you mess up. Nothing is gonna be perfect, and that's okay. That's what this page is for, non-perfection. Oof, slow going with this fill-in. And Michelle, you're kicking ass. You are inspiration to me. I wish I had the energy to do as many names as you do. I don't know where you find that time. Can't wait to see the derailed name. Hopefully I'm still on that list. All right, so I got some microns. We're about to finish up with this fill-in. I got some microns. We're gonna outline this in some microns since it is a smaller bomb. We don't need the Sharpie. And maybe I don't do a really thick outline, right? All my other ones, I'm like, yeah, thicken it up so you could see. But maybe we just leave it thin and see how it looks on the video. Okay. Oh fuck! What the hell? No one stopped me? Of course, no one stopped me. I'm here by myself. Win? Why did I write win? What the fuck did I do? Literally, the name is right there, looking at me. Win, Whiz. Is the word win around me? Whiz. Win. What a fail. Can we salvage this? Dang it. Damn, what was I doing? All right, we're gonna try and salvage this. Screw it. That was a lot of red to actually, you know what? I'm mad at myself. I kind of want to start this video over because it makes me look dumb. I have a list of names next to me, and I'm surrounded by other papers. I don't know if I'm looking at something that just threw me off. And literally the word is right there, Whiz. All right, but we're gonna salvage this because this is a perfect example of what can happen when doing graffiti. All right, so we're gonna turn this into an eye. We're gonna cut this here. Wow, so dumb. And then we're gonna cut this here. I know it's hard to see it. Okay, so the only section we gotta worry about is kind of this one right here. This we're gonna fix too. This is gonna come here. we're gonna fix this. Easy peasy. Well, it's what it is. Yeah, it kind of makes me look a little stupid, but I mean, at least I caught it right now, right? Not at the very end. So let's salvage this. I'm gonna post this video too. Dang it, what was I doing? What was I thinking? Why didn't one of you guys stop me? I'm sure someone in the comments is like, I was yelling at the computer to stop you. Oh, what a bummer. But this is okay. This is okay. If we can salvage this easily, I will be impressed. I think we'll be all right. Well, maybe we won't come so far down, but we'll be all right. Can you see my I and my Z right there? As fast as that mistake just happened. Oh, Whiz, I'm sorry, but don't worry. It's gonna look just as good when it's done. Dang it. You know what bothers me more? Just my ego. That I messed up. That was just stupid. Why? I don't know what I was looking at. As soon as I noticed that, I went right to the name list, which is off to my left, to see if there's like an E in somewhere. Because I don't know what I looked at that took me away from Whiz to EN. I was texting a friend, so maybe, you know, maybe there was something there that I didn't catch. But either way, it is what it is. Let's get back on. Let's get back on redemption mode. I'm not even worried about that anymore. It's kind of funny. Okay. So I have the microns out. And maybe it's just me talking to the camera. Either way, I have the microns out. I got a couple fresh microns. Microns come in numbers. This is a 0.08. I know some of you are like, all right, how are you gonna salvage that? Don't you worry. If anyone can salvage it, I feel confident in my ability. And that's the only reason why I'm gonna continue to do this, is to show you guys when you mess up, it's not the end of the world. Whew. All wild stuff. Alright, so spending a little more time on this outline now, because it's such a small bomb on a piece of paper. Want to kind of make it look good. In certain areas I am doubling back and fattening up the letters a little bit. You don't have to do this. I do it. But 0.08 or 10 micron are kind of on the fatter side. So is it necessary? Nee. You can see I'm kind of overlapping the letters in areas. Gives a little more depth. You don't have to do it. You guys can practice your own style. With any luck, you guys are gonna pick up your own style. I feel like I've been doing this long enough that if you guys have been watching some of my videos and practicing some of your own letters, you guys have picked up some of your own style. And it'll take some time, but the more you practice, the more fluid you get, the better you get. All right, redemption time, Whiz. Too funny. All right. We are gonna have to fix something here, right? We can't just leave that blob of red. So I'll deal with it once I get the outline done. You guys can already see what I'm doing. How I'm fixing the whiz. There was a is the whiz. Is the whiz. OG is the whiz. The name is cool. Okay. Are we salvaging this? Better believe it. You better believe it. Okay, I kind of want to. No, let's just keep going. I was going to switch something up, but I don't think it's necessary just yet. Other than this side being really high, I think we made a good play right there. So again, we have all this extra red. Hopefully I'll be able to get rid of it once we start working on the shadow. I know you guys are looking at me like, all right, how are you gonna fix the Z? Well, remember early on in the video, I was like, it's cool if you overlap your own letters. Well, you better believe that's what I'm about to do. Well, you better believe that's what I'm about to do with this. But I think it'll look kind of cool. I'm still tripping out on how it happened. So odd. But perfect video. Because if it didn't happen, you wouldn't see how to fix it. Okay. So Z looking good. Z actually looking really good. All right. Z. All right, so now we're left with a weird section there. How can we shadow this? So looking at my mistake, how I would shadow this in order to make the best of it is realistically come straight down. So let's do it. We're not going to color in all of it, but let's do a very long drop shadow straight down. And in certain sections, we are going to color in a good portion of it in black, but for the most part, we're just gonna leave it white for the most part. The reason for this is we need to hide our mistake. And the only way to really do that is with black. Okay. You'll see how we're going to do that in a minute. This is a long video. You wonder why I do time lapse. Because even me rushing is taking a long time. I wouldn't say I'm rushing, but you know, moving through it kind of quickly. All right, see how I'm doing some sections in all black? That's what we're gonna have to do to cover our little mistake there. And with any luck, it'll be a very minimal mistake. Still a mistake, but a very, very minute mistake. It's looking good. Whiz, if you see this, let me know if I redeem myself. Or if you're like, dude, that's whack. I value the criticism and I value the honesty more than anything. Hey, if I freaking suck, tell me, rather hear it to my face, you know, than telling me, oh yeah, that looks good. You know what I'm saying? This should be the same thing with your friends who are painting. Don't tell them they suck, but you know, positive, constructive criticism goes a long way. Like, hey, maybe you could improve upon this. Maybe you could improve upon that. I mean, don't be a dream killer. I mean, sometimes you have to be. Sometimes ego gets in the way of reality and you really need to tell someone like it is, but at the same time, we need to come back down to reality. All right, here we go. I'm working on this guy. See what I'm saying? This is why I wanted to do my shadow straight down, so I could cover up a lot of that red. We're not going to be able to fix all of it, unfortunately, but some. We can get some of it done. And some is better than none. So it still looks like a legit not perfect, but we're still able to leave some white there, you know, so it kind of matches the other letters. I wish I could do better. That's all I got. That's all I'm good for. I can't make miracles happen. If we wanted to, we could come back in with some white out. I don't have a white out here, so I think we'll just add red in certain areas. So give the illusion that some of that background was red. Sorry, I'm not talking too much. I'm trying to focus here. These little new microns are working well. So back to the microns, they have various sizes. The 6, the 8, the 10 are all on the bigger side. This is an 8, so if you guys want to do thicker lines, I would suggest that. If you're looking for like really thin stuff, you know, they even go down to 00 sizes. Really thin stuff for like very fine detail. Try some, see what you like. They have them at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, other arts and crafts stores. I'm sure. I don't know if Aaron Brothers is still around, but you know, any of these art stores. If you guys are in different states, you guys may have different companies. Ours is called Michael's. Michael's and Hobby Lobby. Okay, so we kind of fixed this a little bit. As best as we could. But you know what? I'd rather it happen here on the paper than in the real world. You guys could learn from my mistakes. It's the whole point of this channel, you know. It's like, hey, just start doing art. You're gonna mess up. That was a perfect example, even though I have the word right there. So weird. All right, so Whiz, we kind of salvage this. Kind of want to make that area a little darker. A little darker here. Trying to just make it look symmetrical, like wherever I. Okay. Z. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna come back with my red because I do have that weird band here. Let's just continue the red and make it look purposeful. This is the only way to salvage this, to make it look like it was intended to be like this. So let's just draw a red band. We were fixing our mistakes. What was Bob Ross, you know? Oh, you messed up? Make it a bird. Or make it a happy little tree, you know? There's no real mistake when it comes to this. It's like always salvageable to a point. Right? So even though it looks weird, we're able to salvage this. And we're gonna take this single little band all the way off the sheet. Cool. All right, a little bit more. I guess we could come down here, come up there, like really make it look like we intended to do this. That's what's fun about graffiti letters, art. Like if you mess up, you just kind of got to improvise and say, all right, that's not how it was supposed to look, but that's how it looks now. And finish and go on about your day, and next time make adjustments. If you can't fix what you did then, make adjustment on the next one. Good thing about spray paint, even though this is not spray paint, it's just paint right over it. All right, cool. Whiz, we are done with this one. I think we salvaged it. Took a little time, took a little effort, but Whiz Khalifa. Did we do the name justice? I don't know. I'll let you guys be the judge. All right. Whiz. Cool. I'm gonna give it a solid B, you know, because we did make a mistake, but we salvaged it. Let's break down the letters real quick. W-H-I-Z. I actually like the Z. The I and the Z came out pretty good for not being what they were. So initially it said win. Then I had to switch this to an I and this to a Z, which I think we did flawlessly. I appreciate you guys sticking along if you got this far. Thank you. I will see you on the next one.